The T20 World Cup has come alive again thanks to certain close finishes, some unbelievable stories of grit and teams overturning what we've seen them to be or historically do. Some nervy results in the Super 8s have made this one of the most exciting phases of the tournament. South Africa has qualified for the semi-finals after a last over finish against hosts West Indies, and in that process they've taken them out. It was a nail-biting game, and this has been the highlight, in fact, of their campaign all these weeks. There is no other way to look at this. South Africa are miraculously becoming clutch players, a team learning to soak up all the pressure. And given South Africa's history, its very, very dubious history, their legacy, this change has been incredible to see. In the match against West Indies, they first restricted the hosts to 135. And just when it looked like the Proteas would see this off, West Indies came in strong. They got rid of Reza Hendricks and in-form Quinton de Kock rather quickly. Roston Chase, Andre Russell and Alzari Joseph had South Africa in a world of trouble. And that's when you had a young Marco Jansen holding his cool and shepherding the run chase with his cameo. That 6 to close out the win will be remembered for years to come. A 6 that exorcised the demons of the past. The chokers tag wilting away under the ghosts of the DLS. Tabriz Shamsi, while speaking after the match, joked about the loss against Australia way back in 1992 due to the very DLS that they triumphed over this time, and how this image of Proteas winning a close finish, reject, thanks to the rain, has erased that memory of that loss. But I will be amiss if I did not talk about Kagiso Rabada. This young pacer comes in with South Africa having lost another wicket in Keshav Maharaj. And just when the asking equation is 9 of 7, the pressure climbing, because that's exactly the kind of pressure South Africa has always known to wilt under, Rabada strikes a boundary of a dangerous and clinical Roston Chase. A cover drive going down on his knee with such confidence and calmness. That image will again be one I'll never forget. And here's the thing, South Africa has shown a lot of nerves in this tournament in particular. While they came under a lot of flack for struggling to close out low totals against Netherlands and Sri Lanka, the close finishes against Nepal and Bangladesh showed character. And the last T20 victories against England and of course West Indies earlier today pretty much summing up the South Africa team's curve in this tournament. A team that can truly handle pressure now. The chokers, who've lost key moments in big events, losing the plot in knockouts, are now looking like a team that even their predecessors would not be able to recognize. So who've been responsible for this change in demeanor, this new South Africa that we're seeing? I have to start and put Aiden Markram at the top here. Any thought, any change in perception and vision, in even the way you go about your business comes from the top. If the leader has no conviction, chances are nor will the team under him or her. Markram has set a kind of belief, a system and confidence, a kind of fearlessness that has permeated that dressing room, captaining his SAT20 side and leading them to wins in the SAT20 league. And of course then the IPL too, where he's been a leader despite not captaining the Hyderabad franchise this year, has of course been phenomenal to see, and that's translated here to the national side. And youngsters like Marco Jansen and Tristan Stubbs, to name a couple, say they are learning from seniors like Markram, from seniors like Klaasen, who played that crucial over out where they scored 27 runs to in fact turn around things and get Marco Jansen to take it home. You see someone like Stubbs as this brave batter accelerating at will. He was not always this way. He became that player, proving to be pivotal in Proteas' success story. The unit is trying to put the bad memories when it comes to ICC events and South Africa behind them. Because in World Cups, they've always come into the tournament with a strong side, and yet getting past the semi-final stage has been a monumental challenge, successfully earning them that tag of chokers. Now, a team with star players, quality lineup, brilliant cricket until the knockouts. I can rattle them off for you, these moments. The 1992 World Cup, that infamous DLS match that robbed South Africa of a win. 1996, where they did not even make it to the semi-finals. 1999, that heartbreaking Lance Klusener, Alan Donald being stranded at the crease moment, losing out despite the tied game against Australia. The horrors of 2003 World Cup, which forced Sean Pollock to resign right after. The 2015 heartbreak of Morne Morkel and AB de Villiers against New Zealand, or the recent 2023 World Cup shock semi-final loss. The burden of the past has been a heavy cross to bear. The side showing great promise only to fold under the pressure of it all. Here in this tournament, they are not just taking the game deep, but are not failing in the final moments while doing so. They are winning it, no matter the opposition. And this is the change in mindset that they've developed. And yes, being a part of a tournament like the Indian Premier League helps when you are playing under seasoned captains who are navigating the most nervous and tense moments in a game. So much so that it has become second nature for many of these youngsters today. Youngsters who are fearless, alongside seniors shouldering the responsibility and giving them that freedom to express themselves. They are through to the semi-final, yes, and the real test is now. This moment can change everything that they've yearned to erase. It can make this tournament a defining one for them. This bunch has the onus, the dream, the opportunity and the pressure to eliminate all that baggage instead of getting eliminated once again. That is when they would have truly rewritten their script.